Gratitude. What and why? When we recognize that we are part of the total scheme of existence and that we are lovingly taken care of by existence every minute, we are overcome with gratitude. We become truly thankful for what we receive every moment, even if it is as basic as the use of our very limbs and senses. Gratitude is your response to recognizing the abundance of existence. It is a wonderful flowering energy within you. If there is one energy that takes care of everything in your life, it is the energy of gratitude. If you ever feel that there is something missing in your life, it is because you feel less gratitude. There are many religions in the world today. Each of them emphasizes one particular approach, such as prayer, austerity, surrender, etc. But there is one thing that cuts across all these and connects you directly to the divine energy. That is gratitude. Gratitude is the greatest religion. When I tell this to people, they wonder, how can gratitude be a religion? Why should it be a religion? It can be a social habit, but not a religion. Gratitude should become the very breath of a person, not even merely religion. Gratitude is a transforming energy. It transforms the happenings in you and around you. It is an energy that harmonizes you with the energy of the universe and brings back tremendous prosperity to you. With gratitude, you will see that existence simply responds to you, as if it is a live being. It is the channel to commune with existence. When gratitude happens, it works beautifully through the law of attraction and attracts great prosperity to you. How is this possible? A small story. Akbar, a great king from ancient India, and Birbal, his advisor, were walking together on the street one day. They passed by a sandalwood dealer, and Akbar told Birbal, "I don't know why, but I feel like hanging this manual." 1 month passed, and the two of them walked past the same sandalwood dealer again. This time Akbar said, "It's strange, but I feel like giving this man some endowment today." "How is it possible?" Birbal replied, "O king, a month back, the sandalwood dealer's business was suffering, and when he saw you walking past, he thought to himself, 'If the king dies, the courtiers would come to buy a lot of sandalwood from me for his funeral pyre.' He sent out these negative vibrations, which prompted you to feel hatred towards him. That is why last time you felt like hanging him without any real reason. I immediately purchased a lot of sandalwood from him to make tables and chairs for our kingdom. It made him very happy. Today, he feels very grateful to you for it. You are now struck by these positive vibrations from him, and therefore you feel like giving him some endowment. According to the law of attraction, like energy attracts like energy. How does this apply to gratitude? Understand this. When you feel gratitude towards everything, it means you feel fulfilled, you feel blissful. So when you radiate gratitude, your energy of fulfillment attracts fulfillment back to you in the form of material gains, good relationships, good health, and so on. This is how it works. The important thing about this is that material gains, good relationships, and such things are only incidental byproducts of gratitude. The main thing is that gratitude makes you resonate with existence and transforms you into a beautiful human being. Psychologists have studied the effects of the feeling of gratitude on people. In their first study, two researchers, Dr. Michael M.C. Callow of Southern Methodist University in Dallas, Texas, and Dr. Robert Emmons of the University of California at Davis, California, concluded that gratitude played a major role in a person's well-being. Their study divided a few hundred people into 3 groups and required them to maintain daily diaries. The first group maintained a diary of all of the events that happened during their day. The second group recorded only their unpleasant experiences. The third group made a daily list of things for which they were grateful. The results of the study indicated that daily gratitude exercises resulted in higher reported levels of alertness, enthusiasm, determination, optimism, and energy. Additionally, the third group, which recorded gratefulness, experienced less depression and stress, had a greater inclination to help others, exercised more regularly, and made more progress toward their personal goals. According to the findings, people who listed daily items of gratefulness were also more likely to feel loved, M.C. Carlyle and Emmons also noted that the attitude of gratitude encouraged a positive cycle, where one act of gratitude encouraged another. The findings also indicated that gratitude could work independently of faith. Though gratitude is a big part of most religions, they suggested that the benefits extended to the general population regardless of whether they had faith or not in any particular religion. They further suggested that anyone could increase their sense of well-being and create positive social effects just from counting their blessings. Be grateful for just being. In today's world, any action needs a reason. If I tell a small child to come near me, the child will look for some reason. If I hold up a chocolate, she will come near. Utility has taken root very deeply within us. When there is utility, there is action, or else justifying the action becomes difficult. When I tell people to live with a sense of gratitude, they immediately start looking for reasons. Real gratitude can never have a reason. It happens as a causeless flowering within you. Does the flower bloom for a reason? No. It blooms because it is its very nature. Gratitude is our real nature. It has been covered by layers of conditioning from society. Society doesn't know the language of gratitude. It knows only the language of utility. It straightaway instills greed and fear in you so that you will give it the needed results. Society doesn't know there is a path of gratitude that will give much better results than the paths of fear and greed. That is the problem. By its very nature, our being is gratitude. If we relax into it, we can connect to it. There are endless reasons to feel gratitude. This life itself is a gift that we have received. Did any of us work for it and receive it? No. To be born with human consciousness is the first blessing we have received. Our gratitude should start right from there. Just for being, we should feel grateful. A young girl sat at the dinner table to eat. She started eating when her mother suddenly stopped her. She asked her, "Did you say grace before eating?" The girl replied, "But there is nothing on this plate that I have not already thanked God for at least once." Understand, if ever you feel life is dull, that it is not as juicy as it should be. It is because gratitude has not happened in you. Gratitude is the energy that makes your life intense and exciting every moment. When you carry causeless gratitude in you, life will be sweet all the time irrespective of external circumstances. When you miss gratitude, very often you will be gripped with the feeling that life is sour, but you won't know the real reason for that feeling. That is the problem. These are the basic secrets of life. Every morning, as soon as you wake up, before getting out of bed, just try to feel deep gratitude for just being, for just living as a human being in this wonderful existence. Bring up the understanding that you are able to enjoy all that you enjoy only because you are a human being. Try to feel grateful for it. Melt for a few moments with that gratitude. Similarly, every night before you go to sleep, sit on your bed and honestly bring in deep gratitude for just being. Feel it in your whole body and mind. Even if you have had a bad day, it is okay. Put everything aside and feel grateful for just being. All days are not bad days. There are people who have days that are worse than the worst of our bad days. So put all judgments aside and feel gratitude. Go to sleep with this feeling. This is a very powerful meditation to nurture causeless gratitude in you. Everything is a gift. The main reason why you miss experiencing gratitude is that you take everything for granted. You feel anything that people do for you is your birthright. Understand, people could be doing something else instead of doing things for you. So it is really a gift from them to you. You have to thank them for it. Receive every small thing in life as a gift. When you take your plate to eat, see the plate as a gift. When you serve food on the plate, see the food as a gift. When you sit down on the chair to eat, see the chair as a gift. When you wash your hands after eating, see your fingers as a gift. We never see these things as gifts. Everything is taken for granted. There are people who don't have a plate on which to eat. There are people who don't have fingers with which to eat. Have we ever thought about that? Never. We only look at those who have a diamond ring on their finger. We never look at those who don't have fingers. That is the problem. That is why we don't feel anything in our life is a gift. When we start feeling grateful for small things, our whole sensitivity will increase. We will become more refined. our whole attitude towards life will move to a different plane. Remember, the person who isn't thankful for small things will never be thankful for big things either. Even big things will be taken for granted. Currently, we feel we have a right to everything that we receive. Because of this attitude, we miss seeing the benevolence of existence or God. We remain insensitive to the gifts showered upon us by existence. A small story. A man was narrating to his friend how he got lost in a desert one day. He told the friend, in sheer despair, "I knelt down and prayed that I should be guided out of the desert." The friend was awed by the story and asked, "So did God answer your prayer?" The man replied, "Oh no. Before that, an explorer appeared from nowhere and showed me the way." This is how insensitive we are in life. We keep taking everything for granted. If we sensitized ourselves with gratitude, we would never take anything for granted, whether it is our fingers, or our wealth, or the timely benevolence of existence. When sensitivity happens, every moment passes in deep awe of the happenings in existence. Revere the other with gratitude. The first thing we need to understand is that no person has taken birth only to serve us. Every other person is also on the path of life just as we are. As a kind gesture, out of love, they do things for us. Even your own wife or husband is doing a very kind act of serving you, of providing for you or taking care of you. Of course, marriage calls for give and take, but the husband or wife can never be taken for granted. They can never be thought of as our birthright. Especially between partners, a lot of things are taken for granted. Somehow, this idea has taken root very deeply in our society. Because of this, many marriages fall apart today. I tell you, even during a physical relationship, there can be such deep gratitude for the other person's body. It will make the whole thing a divine experience instead of mere physical pleasure. When you can derive so much pleasure because of the other, why not feel gratitude towards the other for it? If the other is deeply respected from the beginning, many marriages can be saved. A small story. One man prayed to God, "O Lord, please have mercy on me. I work so hard while my wife stays at home. She enjoys staying at home while I slog the whole day. Please grant me a boon whereby I become my wife and she becomes me. I want to teach her a lesson on how tough a man's life is." God granted his wish. The next morning, the man, who was now the woman, woke up early in the morning, packed lunch for the children, made breakfast, got the children ready, and drove them to school. She then came back and put the clothes in the washing machine, went to the bank and cashed the checks, paid the electricity and phone bills. Next, she went to the market and bought some groceries, put the clothes out to dry, picked up the children from school, sorted out all their problems, helped them with their homework, watched television, and ironed clothes at the same time. Then she prepared dinner, fed the children, put them to sleep, had dinner, and went to bed. The next morning, the man prayed to God again, "O Lord, I don't think I can handle this tomorrow. I beg you to please switch me back to a man." God replied, "Of course I will switch you back to yourself, but you will have to wait 9 months because you are now carrying a child." Each individual plays an equal part in life. No one should be taken for granted. There has to be some gratitude for every person on planet Earth. I always tell people that even if things don't work out between you and your wife and you have to part with gratitude. Every relationship brings some good into our life. Every relationship is auspicious in its own way. Only, we were not able to see it that way. The problem is that somewhere we feel people are waiting to hurt us. It is not so. It is only our own insecurity which we project on others. We have a self-defense mechanism which causelessly plays in every relationship. It is driven with the thought that others are waiting to hurt us. This very mechanism will disappear when gratitude flowers. A couple went with their 3 children to the beach one day. The children were making castles and enjoying themselves. They saw an old lady in rags coming slowly towards them. She was bending down and picking up some things and putting them into her bag. As she came near the children, the parents shouted out to the children to stay away from her. The old lady smiled at them, but they did not smile back. A few days later, they learnt the old lady made it her life to pick up small pieces of glass from the beach sand so that children would not cut their feet. We are all looking to label relationships as good, bad, ugly, etc. This applies to any relationship, whether it is mother and child, boss and employee, or even between friends. So many people feel ungrateful to their parents and society for conditioning them in certain ways. In one of the gratitude meditations that we offer, we ask people to first give their gratitude to their parents and all of the people who gave them their mental setup, their attitude. Please understand that with the intelligence that you have now, you are able to see that you did not receive the right kind of mental setup earlier. You are now trying to transform to a new mental setup. That is perfectly all right. But it is not right to curse the people who gave you the earlier mental setup. Those who gave us this body and mind did not have any intention to deprive us or disturb us in any way. Whatever they knew as their best, they just gave to us. That's all. We are going beyond it now because we have become more intelligent. Just feel grateful to them. That is enough. One more thing is that whenever you feel truly grateful to the people in your relationships, you will never try to possess them. You will look at them as beautiful individuals and leave it at that. Possessiveness happens only when you think of the other person as an object and not as an individual. With gratitude, you will allow the person to have his or her own space. Decide consciously that you will respond with pure love and gratitude for the next couple of days, whatever the situation may be. Just for 2 days, decide not to react the way you have been reacting all these years. Decide that you will respond only with pure, unassuming love. You will see that all of your relationships take a turn for the better. Automatically, you will start seeing each and every person as a unique creation of existence, as a reflection of the divine. You will feel deeply connected to everyone and everything around you. Not only that, you will find tremendous compassion towards everything around you. If you were a person who gets angry easily, you will find the anger disappearing. All the energy that was invested in other negative emotions will get released with this growing gratitude. You will be a compassionate and loving person.